This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
And from East Texas, Relevance Associate Editor, Downtown Emily Brown, sitting in once again for Jamie Ivey. Hey, Emily.
Hey, y'all.
Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, pastor, author, Jon Tyson joins us. Have you noticed the mix between the Fridays and Tuesday shows? We try to have, like on the Friday, we have more of a culture guest, like an artist, an actor. Like on Friday, we have Vanessa Hudgens. And on the Tuesday show, we try to have a little bit more substance. So we have Jon Tyson. He has a new book coming out. And because the Tuesday show, we have slices, which are stupid, and a game, which is dumb. So we try to have the guest bring actual content. You see the strategy here? So Jon Tyson,
you just feel guilty for putting them secular sinners on Fridays.
What do you say, Vanessa Hudgens? You just judged her heart. She loves the Lord.
I judged her. I judged her because that's what Christians do.
I thought that's what this thing is all about. Anger and judgment.
Ain't this what it's about? It's for looking at somebody on the outside and proselytize them and telling them that you know what's best for them, even though you just met them.
I want no part of this conversation.
Could you, but real talk, could you imagine telling someone who just had no idea about Christian theology at all? And it's like, you get 1 week and all you have is access to Twitter. I want you to come back and tell us what your idea of the gospel is. It would probably, I think it would be a sad social experiment based on some of the voices.
You just made
artificial
me sad,
intelligence.
Jesse. Yeah.
Artificial
have
intelligence.
an AI bot.
Yeah.
Create a sermon based on Christian Twitter. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yuck.
I get dicey real quick.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, Jon Tyson's not like that. He's a wonderful example of how Christian leaders should be. Also, we have a game at the end of the show. It's a Thanksgiving themed game. It's Thanksgiving week right now. We're very thankful for you guys, the listeners. And so we want to have a game. It's called Too Many Cooks. A lot of people are prepping and cooking, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Before we go to slices, I want to remind y'all, this is a big week for us. The last week and a half, we finally put it for sale, the Relevant Annual Print Edition. It's live. It's for sale. You can pre-order it right now. Save 20%. It'll ship next month. It is unbelievable. We have been blown away by the response and how many orders have been coming in. Very excited about that. You can find it at relevantstore.com. Also, there is a podcast merch section at the store. Bunch of stupid stuff, bunch of podcast gear. You got your shirts, your magnets, mugs, all that kind of stuff. But we also might have put our faces on pillows and other dumb stuff that we found. And so if you have a weird sense of humor or you like the show, go check out relevantstore.com. There's a whole podcast section over there.
There was a big partnership with Mike Lindell, big pillow campaign this year.
We figured there's Christian pillows out there. We need to have an alternative to the Relevant Podcast pillows.
Let's take the pillow business back to the right side.
So anyway, go check it out, relevantstore.com. Okay, stay tuned right now. It's up next. It's Slices.
Watch the clock stop, taking all the time, stop talking about the kids who stole the world. She said we can watch the clock stop, taking all the time, stop talking about the kids who stole the world. And they were singing
You're listening to New West. The song is Kids Who Stole the World. Well, today's show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Humans aren't meant to keep everything inside. We are meant to talk about our mental health and what's going on inside our heads. And that's why therapy helps. Now, what is therapy exactly? It's whatever you need it to be. If you're looking for some tools to help motivate you more, or you need help managing your stress, whatever you need, don't be ashamed to take steps that help you feel better because you deserve to be happy. And now you don't have to worry about finding an in-person therapist near you. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, or live chat sessions with a therapist. It's more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Join the millions of people who are seeing what therapy is really about. See if it's for you, because you are your greatest asset. And right now, Relevant Podcast listeners can get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/relevant. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/relevant. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
I read, there was a lot of talk in the last few weeks about Facebook's move to launch a metaverse. And there was this long, we talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago, kind of goofy video of Mark Zuckerberg kind of showing the capabilities of what he will think will be the future of the way people interact with each other digitally, which is essentially through virtual reality glasses that put you in kind of a digital environment. And a lot of the applications that he was initially showing off honestly weren't that exciting. They just seem like sort of enhanced Zoom meetings. But since the kind of launch of the metaverse, at least the campaign to promote the coming metaverse from Facebook and its parent company now Meta, it started a lot of discussion about what it could actually look like in years' time. And I've been reading some different takes from technologists, especially after we were kind of goofing on it, because the video really is kind of silly, or kind of the early iterations of this product. But there's a lot of technologists who have some interesting theories, particularly one that went viral this week that I wanted to discuss from a kind of tech insider. He's an investor in a lot of early technologies, an early investor in Bitcoin and things like that. His name's Sean Puri. And he posted on Twitter basically why he thinks everyone is wrong about the metaverse in a 3-part sort of thread. Now, I'm just going to break those down really quickly and get your guys' take. But the first part, he says that everyone is wrong when they think of the metaverse as a virtual place. They said, a lot of us think about it like, the movie Ready Player One, or what Zuckerberg showed in the meeting, which is you kind of put on this helmet and you're in a virtual meeting room. But he proposed, what if it's not a place? And that is part 2 of his theory. What if it's not a place, but the metaverse will actually be thought of as a time? And what he means by that is, for a long time, people have been concerned about what's been called the singularity. It's often thought to where artificial intelligence either becomes smarter than human intelligence or becomes indistinguishable from human intelligence, or sort of our relationship with digital technology merges into a singular experience. Can't remember years ago, we were writing about like 3D printing and, sort of these different things that would merge biology and technology and some of the cool medical implications of it, but also some of the ethical concerns that it brought up. And we were kind of thinking about the singularity like that. But he says, what if the metaverse is actually basically a version of the singularity? It is the time when our digital life, and this is part 3, when our digital life becomes more important than our physical life. And that, it's kind of trending in this way where, he showed some numbers where how much more percentage of time people spend these days, for example, 10 to 20-year-olds, our attention used to be 99% on our physical environment. When TVs came out, social scientists said it dropped to 85%. When computers came commonplace, that attention was 70%. When phones came out, only 50% of our attention is dedicated to the physical environment. After we hit that 50% point, we're actually giving more of our attention to a digital environment than an actual one. Now, with the coming of the metaverse, which is trying to take all of our attention in sort of this merged experience, this technologist believes this could actually be kind of the singularity that people are concerned about, and that the things that we own in our physical lives, the way that we appear, he basically, like, for example, here's some examples he gave about how this could look like. For work, from factories to laptops, bedrooms to Zooms, friends, from neighbors to followers. Where do you find like-minded people? It's now often on Reddit or Twitter, more than your church even. More kids play Fortnite than basketball and football combined. He says that even our identity, filters are the new makeup. So with the coming metaverse, if it tips the scale from 50% to more, then we are actually living in a world where most of our thought, attention, and how we interact with people is happening digitally instead of a physical life. And this could be kind of the coming singularity. It just looks a lot different than we kind of thought it would for a long time, like the Terminator movies or something.
And he did talk about how wearables and different things could bring the metaverse into our physical world, like so glasses that would alter what we see in our physical spaces and different things like that, where it's not like we have to look down at our phones anymore. It's just our phone and our digital life is melded with our physical life. And that's interesting to me. And I think when he said like filters are the new makeup, and like, it really is that our values have shifted, our time and our focus has shifted, people, I get it. I get what he's saying, and I can't disagree with that's how the world is trending and rapidly, So
yeah,
it's why NFTs are going for more than works of art that are timeless. Physical works of art.
Yeah, it makes sense to me because I thought about it when you were saying kids play Fortnite more than they play basketball or football outside. But then when you think about it, how many people are gifted enough at basketball? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm a pretty good
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good basketball player. But man, if you put me on 2K, I'm dunking, I'm catching stuff off the backboard, I'm shooting threes from half court, like, because it's all based on, muscle memory and your mind. So it makes a lot of sense why that, because, there's very few LeBron James. That can actually play. So it seems like people put a lot of attention.
And with esports, I mean, there's actually like careers for kids coming up now in digital gaming. That's
absolutely.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But I think with the wearables and, especially, I think the way that technology will soon will merge with what for many people, not all people, obviously, but for many people is their primary sense of perception is through their eyes. And, we've already had this for a while with ears. How often are you walking down the street right now and people are visually in one world, but in their ears are in another, listening to a podcast or music or something. But now that it's going to our eyes and can kind of have this merged experience, like with AR glasses, where it will sort of be kind of like Minority Report, where even just kind of retail settings or different things, me and Cameron could be talking, there is a coming scenario where if you're wearing AR glasses, you have social advantages of people who aren't. You could be looking at somebody and you could see conceivably where I could see what that person's name is, what their profession is, like all this information is already out there, but the way it's going to merge with our physical existence is interesting and I think concerning in some ways, but I think there could be also a lot of opportunity for people to have better relationships with people.
A lot of opportunity, but also there's we all saw the Pixar movie WALL-E, and that's a version of the human existence in the future as well, where we don't have to have exercise because we can just do it virtually. We don't have to. It's about just consuming and relaxing, and then everything being in the virtual. I mean, there's two ways it could go.
Yeah,
true. But at the same time, like when you think about the success of Peloton, right? Like, I mean, I think people are virtually, like we're spending a lot more time virtually, but I mean, gym memberships are up. People are having Pelotons and things at their home. So I don't know.
You're right. Just because we're not out and active as much anymore, so we've got to do it at home and be more disciplined about it. I hear you.
Yeah. I got a homegirl that like she is like Peloton gang. She loves the fact that her trainer is right there with her, and she gets in at 10 o'clock or whatever, and he's right there. So I don't know. It's very interesting world we're headed to.
We got one. I don't love it because I see all these people that are way better at me. They have a scoreboard on there. They've gamified a workout to the point where it's like, I just feel bad about myself that there's a lot of people who are way better at this than me. At least if I'm on a bike ride by myself, I might as well be the fastest guy out there because I'm just alone on a bike. Like this, I'm getting judged by people all over the world, just like I'm judging everyone behind me.
That's the metaverse, man. Welcome. Yeah. Global shame. You are terrible compared to the entire world, which is
compared to me in my life, everyone. Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Black Mirror.
All right. What do you got, Emily? You did not contribute very much to that.
The metaverse is just, that one goes over my head. I've read so much about it.
What?
It just, I've seen WALL-E. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sure eventually I will, but it's
we're not going to talk about that. It's just we're going to talk about, just let it happen. Yeah,
I guess. Well, we're going to talk about something that I think is personally very important.
Taylor Swift had a 10-minute song on SNL.
am I allowed to talk about that?
It
will talk about it.
It did keep going.
I was like,
Wait, it faded
she's
to black
running over
one time.
Where's the wrap up Emmy music or Oscars music?
I've listened to that song so many times now. It does not feel like 10 minutes anymore.
Poor
it just
Jake Gyllenhaal. 10 years ago, he had a bad breakup, and now she's airing their laundry.
I don't feel bad.
How terrifying would it be to ever date Taylor Swift? FYI. Just think about that.
She has, there are songs about her exes that are not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't treat people bad. That's
well,
really
we're only getting one side.
That's one side of the story. What if the person can't sing? What is just like a construction worker and he didn't really treat her that bad or something? You know,
exactly. She's got the pulpit, and then he has to just take it, and everybody says you're a horrible guy just because he didn't fight back publicly.
To Emily's point, she's not out there. I mean, she could be dating construction workers. I don't know, but all we do know is
she's dating an actor.
The men that seem to be the subject of these have pretty big platforms themselves. So I think if Jake Gyllenhaal wanted to set the record straight, he could. You know, I don't have too much sympathy for him.
He can go out into the metaverse and set this record straight, and he has not. So.
Yeah. I just want all of her famous exes to band together, like literally in a band, put out an album telling their sides of the story, go on SNL for 10 minutes.
Let me produce it.
Some of them have. She's dated musicians. They've written songs about her.
Interesting. All right. Anyway, what do you have for slices?
Unfortunately, not about Taylor Swift. So let me just say, Gen Z gets a lot of flack for destroying all these different industries and stuff. I see the memes all the time. I think they're funny, but one thing that we're not destroying is that they're bringing back wired headphones. And I am thrilled about this personally because I hate AirPods because I have weird shaped ears and I have AirPods, but they always fall out and it is very frustrating and I lose them all the time.
To the podcast listeners who have not seen you, you are a normally shaped and looking person. You don't have weird Dumbo ears or something that like I don't want people to be going like she's misshapen and has.
No. Yeah. My ears are normal, but they're not. But AirPods are made for specific people with specific ears, and I am not one of them, and it is very frustrating.
Got it.
So I'm excited.
What about AirPods Pro with the little spongy thing that adapts to your size, as opposed to AirPods?
Well, I have not tried those, but I don't think I would like them. I like the over the head ones because it just covers my whole head.
Me too. I'm a big over the. It's my favorite.
Can I be honest though? Yeah. I mean, Emily, I'm right with you. You preach it. Down with wireless headphones. I think too, I've spent so much of my life on, podcasts and especially, over Zoom and stuff. Whenever I jump on with someone, whether it's an interview or a conversation and they're wearing AirPods, in my mind, it's always the same thing. Oh boy, here we go. Cause it's about a 10-minute thing while, sorry, they're in my phone. Oh, sorry, this one's not working. It's like a 10-minute thing every time someone has AirPods in. I challenge you, get on a Zoom with someone with AirPods in your life and find out how long the startup time is. And then they'd randomly stop. I think the thing is, I'm very angry because I've lost a total of 5 AirPods in my life. That's not a great number of AirPods to lose. And, I just have
first
one
of all,
mocking me.
Buy it with an Amex and they have theft and loss replacement as part of just purchasing it with that credit card. Buy it with your Amex.
Okay, I don't have an Amex.
Hold on. And 2, you can go to Apple support. And if you lost one, you can just buy the one you lost. They'll replace. You can buy them for way lower price. So just.
But why do I have to buy them when I could just have 2 that are always connected and I know where they are?
You're right. You're right. So the news that you're bringing is Gen Z is adopting wired headphones.
Yes, because they went out of style because AirPods really wireless headphones were the cool thing. And it was more of a status thing. And if you had wired headphones, it was like a joke, oh, you're not as cool. Right. And now they're cool again. Praise God. My prayers have been answered because I don't have to feel shame anymore for wearing my wired headphones for my weird ears.
Don't feel shame in general. Just say,
I like wireless
live
headphones.
your life. Yeah. Better fidelity too. They don't compress the audio.
I want to bring back the one ear Bluetooth, the one with the actual big blinking blue light.
Oh, that you can tap.
Yeah.
And you're in a movie theater and the old guy in the front row has it still on and is just flashing blue
it's like
behind
a police siren up in the front row. Come on, bro. Where do you expect me to call from?
everything will come back eventually. So those will have their moment again.
they're coming
I'm
back.
sure they will.
No, those are not coming back.
That guy wears his phone on a belt clip. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right there. He's just like a holster, and then he's got his Bluetooth. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch the Wes Anderson movie. It looks like a fireworks show up front. Someone's getting Bluetooth text.
All right, what you got, Derek?
All right, guys. Well, since we're on the subject of technology and human advancement, my man Jeff Bezos predicts that people will one day be born in space and visit Earth the way you visit like Yellowstone National Park, so on vacation.
Again, Wall-E. That's what Wall-E. They were just floating around on a big old ship up there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read this, and I got this off an insider. I'm gonna read this, and it's just like, this is terrifying. But he says, over centuries, people will be born in space. It will be their first home, Jeff Bezos says. They will be born on these colonies, live on these colonies. Then they'll visit Earth the way you would visit, Yellowstone National Park. Guys, I may be old fashioned, and that's, but that sounds miserable. Like living on a dirt colony on Mars or something of the sort.
I don't know. Or like early days of like Epcot, they'd show like the future space, like floating worlds, and like they were a big, huge cylinder, and it was just like indoors, and it had gravity, and it had trees and forests, and there's a whole ecosystem floating out in space. I can get down with that. That'd be fun.
I cannot, because I
support space babies. I think that'd be fun.
You know who else supports space babies is Jeff Bezos' girlfriend with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Taylor Swift's got a banger coming about the whole situation. She's laying it all out. It's about 15 minutes.
Wait.
About 15 minutes. She's already booked up half the Tonight Show. No, hey, real talk on a future scenario. Okay, I know we got a game coming, but I think let's say there's two. Because Derek, you're talking about a future of humanity that lives a physical reality, but in a different place than Earth. The other story we talked about is living a different digital reality, but on the same place, Earth. What do you guys think is a more likely scenario for the future of humanity? That technology will take us to far off places and we will leave kind of our natural environment of Earth and have space colonies and space babies or whatever? Or do you think it's more likely that we'll figure out a way to just make the physical experience almost more like the Matrix, where it's just kind of the isolation of your mind, or 99% of your life is lived in a digital environment and your physical one doesn't really matter?
I think that it's a apples and oranges. I think it's a both and. I think both will happen, and the metaverse / virtual life will link them both. That the people living here, or living there, or living down here, or over there are all going to have the same virtual life experience, essentially.
So we can I can talk to someone on Mars.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I would love that.
It'd be great. How is it? It's hot today. Just hot. It's lovely down here in the Arctic.
Good. I'm good.
It's a
Jesus,
lovely 83
come
degrees
get your boy.
down here in the South Pole. 83.
Jesus, come get your boy. I want to watch from the sidelines.
No, I want to go in space. I have always said I want to go in space.
Emily, you are part of the wrong religion. Then you should become a Mormon, because the Mormon theology is that when you die, you go get your own little planet to rule, and you got to populate it, and you can live on whatever planet you want. You own it. Go for it.
Also, black people are fallen angels.
I know. Hey, supposedly they recanted that theology about 10 years ago, but I don't believe it.
A little too late for that.
Yeah, how long ago?
Yeah, for real.
10 years ago. Last year.
Yeah. Like, oh, wait, maybe black people aren't cursed for eternity. I don't know.
Maybe.
They saw the Southern Baptists and was like, man, we got to get ahead of this, guys.
Don't lump us in with those Baptists.
Oh my God. Do y'all remember that Heaven's Gate cult where people believed that they would die and like be reincarnated by aliens?
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
You weren't too young for that?
That happened before I was born, but I like,
I'm sure there's a good
cults are very
true crime.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something.
But that's my favorite cult, because that is a crazy thought. And
that's your favorite cult?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You don't have a favorite cult?
This is my favorite murder weapon.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite cult. Yeah.
You want to know what mine is? Mine is the one of the people that think JFK Jr. is coming back. So I literally love those people.
Hey, all I know is
I love
Jamie Ivey lives a couple hours from Dallas, and she's not here today. They're still gathering. I don't know. I'm just saying. Do we know where she is? I don't know.
You guys connect the dots on that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Jon Tyson joins us.
It's calm down, the heart is cut. World wars in your mind. Long day and night, the heart is cut. We live for the night. Here come now, here come now. Here it is, the heart is cut.
You're listening to Spoon. The song is The Hardest Cut. Well, today's podcast is also brought to you by the Lumo Project. Lumo is a visual Bible project that will help you see the Bible in a brand new way. Have you ever wondered if the Gospels talk about the big questions we face in life today? Things like fear or depression, worry? Well, they're all in there. With Lumo, you can experience Jesus' teachings and story in a completely new light. Check out Lumo's free scripture videos on the Lumo Project channel on YouTube. Head over to YouTube, search for the Lumo Project, Lumo. They are awesome. And for other free resources, including small group studies and more videos, head over to thelumoproject.com. Well, our guest today is Jon Tyson. Jon is a pastor and church planner in New York City. Originally from Adelaide, Australia, he moved to the U.S. over 2 decades ago with a passion to seek and cultivate renewal in the Western church. He's the author of multiple books, including his latest, The Intentional Father, a practical guide to raise sons of courage and character. We spoke with Jon about the message in his book and why this message is important for this time. Here's our conversation with Jon Tyson.
So let's start off by talking about the intentional father. And I'm wondering if I don't always ask this, but in this case, I am very interested in what the origin story is for a book like this. Like, at what point did you decide I do want to write a book for dads, and why?
Well, there's probably 3 reasons for that. The first one is personal. I got married pretty young, we got pregnant the first year we were married with our son, Nathan, and I was faced with this giant gap between the kind of dad I wanted to be and the kind of dad I felt like I had the skills to be. Sure. And so it was basically love for my son and a sense of personal desperation to come up with something to help raise him. I was a youth pastor at the time, and I was working with a lot of young people, and I realized I was basically sitting with kid after kid talking about father wounds. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is there any way to get upstream on this? So I started reading a ton of books, and most of the books were written by wounded men. And it was all sort of like consolation of pain. And I was like, why isn't there like 50 books on how to just help a kid navigate adolescence into adulthood in particular? So I did a bunch of research and thought I'm going to have to do something for my son. So it was, first of all, it was personal. Secondly, I've pastored in New York City for 16 years. The vast majority of our church is in their 20s. And so much of my pastoring and working with men, even women in many ways, is connected to them having wounds from their fathers. And so I was like, and I want to off the bat say the book's not called The Perfect Father. The book is called The Intentional Father. And there's a huge difference. So I'm not making the claim to be the world's best dad or anything like that, but I certainly had a vision and feel like I was very intentional in how I raised both my kids, but particularly my son, which is what the book addresses. So I wanted to do something about it. And then one last thing would be culturally, we live at a time of history where men have used their power in such harmful ways. And I feel like everybody's sort of like raging against the patriarchy. And I was like, where's the plan to form better men? Yeah. Like, where is that? Where's that conversation? How's it happening in a healthy space? And what's somebody doing about it? So I felt like in some sense, culturally, I wanted to contribute to that larger conversation and hopefully, create better men for the future.
It is interesting interesting because I feel like there's obviously so many deep cultural divides and there's almost every issue in this country, at least, and probably in most countries, is very polarizing. But one thing that most people can agree on here is that masculinity is in pretty bad shape. We might disagree about why and what the exact issue is and what the fix should be, but the broad consensus is, as the internet might put it, men are not okay. And do you have, I know we could talk about this all day, but as you were researching some of this, and particularly father wounds, did you come across any sort of diagnosis? Like, what happened? Where did things start to go awry?
Well, I mean, there's so much that could be said about that. I'll try and get it to a very succinct sort of response. All societies in general have recognized the complexity of particularly male adolescents' energy and strengths. And that if those forces, which can be very, very overwhelming for young men, are not channeled and directed properly, they create complete and utter havoc. There would be years of basically character, skill, and information developed in them. Then they were sent on what is called the ordeal, and this is where a young man was tested to see if he had actually internalized all of these lessons. If he passed the ordeal, which depended on if you're an Australian Aboriginal young man, 6 months in the outback. For Inuit tribes in Greenland, it was hunting and killing a sea lion. All of these things. And the whole goal is basically say, can you contribute in a healthy way? Have you learned? And then they were recognized by men. And then finally, they were blessed and integrated back into society. So almost all societies have had that, a conscious process path of formation. We've got rid of it. And so now most people those energies are never tamed or directed for the good of others. As time goes by and they accumulate both influence, money, and power, you basically have adolescent energies in men with tremendous amounts of power wreaking terrible havoc. So researchers at NYU University realized that they try to figure out, when did helicopter parenting begin in our society? When did we really lose valuing initiation? And they said it was the year 1990. And depression rates in one generation after parents started hovering instead of like consciously raising and releasing adolescents, depression rates rose by 80% in one generation as a result of removing that pathway and basically coddling young people. So, I'm trying to basically make the case for the normalization of a conscious pathway of male formation for the good of society and for the good of young men. And so, whether we'll get there or not through a simple book, I don't know. But I think there's so much damage and so much opportunity. It's certainly a noble effort,
Some of the things that you're talking about here, I like the idea of having some sort of process, but I'm not going to go kill seals in Nashville, Tennessee, or be set out to, bring home a tiger pelt. What sort of things could that look like? What does the modernization look like, or can it look like in a modern context?
Well, what I encourage my son to do, I think a great thing is a gap year. Go see other parts of the world. Like my vision for my son, I wanted to irreparably break his heart for the global poor so he would never be an entitled American college student. I wanted him to be haunted by AIDS orphans in Africa. I wanted him to feel that. And so my son did a gap year. He went to 4 countries on his gap year, and he's struggled in the best possible way ever since. Like he's come back and he's like, he doesn't just want to party and hang around with other college kids. He's like, Dad, they're not serious about their lives. Like it's happened to him. So I think gap years like that, if you can't do a gap year, I think that the same thing can happen through summer jobs, like consciously chosen summer jobs, not just, working at a hamburger place or whatever, but consciously chosen experiences where that sort of stuff is brought out of you and developed, and you're definitely tested beyond your capacity. I just spent 3 days at a dude ranch in Colorado on a retreat, leading a pastor's retreat. And all the people that work there are young men and women. And I asked them all the same thing, because I'm thinking about my daughter working there if she wants to. And they all said, what you learn here about life, about a work ethic, about breaking your selfishness, about caring about others has been priceless. None of them mention the money. So I think you have to consciously choose environments that demand those kinds of formative experiences from you. So it's intentionality. gap years, well-chosen experiences. I think that stuff is possible.
You know, as we're talking about this, it occurs to me that so much of the damage that is often inflicted by men and by what we call, for lack of a better term, toxic masculinity, has often intersected with the church or even been used by church leaders, church authorities, and people have a difficult time separating church abuse from their father abuse. Many people have a hard time identifying with God as a father because of the abuse they endured. Where do you think that is coming from? And is there a fix for that as well that you could propose that is maybe tied to the book's message?
I would say one of the tendencies that we have, society is changing a lot. And so whenever people experience change and they feel a loss of power, most people perceive that as a threat. And so as a result, they have to sort of like rally their divinity on their side, and they have to villainize and demonize other people. So I think a lot of that has happened because you've got a generation experiencing, particularly our parents and boomers, tremendous cultural change. A lot of them feel uncomfortable with it. So we need to read the Gospels and let Jesus continually interrogate and confront our discipleship. We're perpetually making Jesus in our image and God in our image. And I think it's important that we stay in the scriptures and let them shape us. But my goal here, to be very, very clear, I'm not trying to perpetuate. I believe there are sort of universal traits. And I think that, sociological research has borne out there are fundamental differences between men and women. We have a lot more in common than we do apart, that those differences are significant and they do have implications. So I think there definitely are differences, but I'm not interested in perpetuating cultural stereotypes. My goal is, how do you help men become more like Jesus? Mm-hmm. That's the end goal. Mm-hmm. We've been predestined to be conformed to the image of Christ. Paul says, I'm in the pains of childbirth until Christ is formed in you. So my project, more than anything, is not a masculine recovery project as much as it is a forming men into the image of Jesus through the way of Jesus project. And to me, when the emphasis is on Jesus, who could both weep and get angry, who could preach to a crowd but care for a woman on her own, like when you've got somebody with that sort of like agility to respond and love and discern what's happening, we're going to be in a lot better place. So men like Jesus is the vision.
That was Jon Tyson. You can actually read more of our interview with him over at relevantmagazine.com. All right, stay tuned. It's our game, Too Many Cooks.
If it's out of love, can we make it stick? I'm your Juliet, you my Blackbird. Sing me any song, baby, it's a hit. I'll keep spinning around for you, spinning around for you. My eyes lie low when you walk in the door. It's like high school, you don't really mind it. All this time you've been searching for light, don't you know that we already shining? And if we never
You're listening to Mo, the one with the O with the line through it. She's new album coming out. The song is Brad Pitt. I wonder if it's a Taylor Swifty-esque song telling Aaron dirty garbage about Brad Pitt. Probably.
It's going to take quite a long running time for that tune.
It's a 27-minute song on the next SNL.
A lot of some rapping, some singing. It's a whole thing, guys. It is a whole thing.
It's a dance.
Get ready.
It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for Tyler's new game, Too Many Cooks.
too many cooks, too many cooks.
All right, take it away.
Am I hosting?
You are hosting the game. I'm the scorekeeper. I'm the scorekeeper. You're hosting the game.
Inmates, welcome to your madhouse.
Inmates.
Bro.
Okay. All right. This game is called Too Many Cooks. Thanksgiving is a time for Americans to let their inner chef fly. But given the prevalence of takeout and meal prep services like Blue Apron, many of us are a little out of practice when it comes to elaborate.
Green Chef, sponsor of the Relevant Podcast.
Of course. Most people, the plebeians would use Blue Apron, but not our listeners. They would not. They wouldn't go that far.
Never.
Fortunately, we've got the internet to guide us through the process of turkey, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. But internet recipes, like all internet things, feature a comment section, and that comment section remains the Wild West in which any self-proclaimed chef from any kitchen in America can weigh in with their own feedback on popular recipes. In this game, you will each be given a real comment from the comment section of a popular Food Network recipe for a common Thanksgiving dish.
So no weird stuff. This is a common American Thanksgiving dish.
You know all of these. Yeah,
right.
And these are multiple choice. So you're going to be on safe ground here. Using the context clues in the comment, you must guess which Thanksgiving recipe the comment is about. You will get a point for every correct answer, and the winner will be the sous chef for this year's Thanksgiving feast. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Get ready to lose.
All right. Okay, we are going to start. We're going to start with the first person who's next to me on my screen. Emily, you're up first.
Okay.
Do the rules make sense to you?
Don't sound too excited, Emily.
Okay. Yes, they make sense.
I spent all night trolling the comment sections of Food Network for this, so you better be excited about it.
I'm so thrilled. Woo!
It's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Okay, number one. And I will also give you the star rating that they gave the dish. It was out of 5 possible stars, so that may help you as well. Okay, this person said, "This is Paula Deen's recipe to a T, except one less egg. She gets booted off Food Network, then they repackage her recipe and call it their own. Nice. Sad face. The 5 stars are for Paula. She still has this recipe on her website. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, was that for sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, or stuffing?"
Well, Paula Deen's known for her butter, so it's definitely something that has a bunch of butter in it. But I can't imagine what would also have an egg. I don't think mashed potatoes have an egg in it. At least not the way most people make it. So I'm going to say it's not that. What was the third option?
Green bean casserole. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, green beans, or stuffing.
I'm a little concerned egg was ever a part of any of these meals.
That's what I'm saying.
Countdown has begun.
I'll go with green bean casserole.
I'm sorry. The answer was a sweet potato casserole. You got incorrect.
Who puts egg in that?
Derek, you're up next.
Holla at your boy.
The comment is, "First time ever making them, we didn't know what kneading was. Probably killed it. But kids ate the hard clumps because they said the flavor was good. 4 out of 5 stars. Was that macaroni and cheese, dinner rolls, potato salad, or stuffing?"
I see the answer in front of me. This is really funny.
Run it back. It's not dinner rolls because that's too. Go run it back
First time
one
ever
more
making
time.
them, we didn't know what kneading, Kneadig, we didn't know what kneading was. Probably killed it. But kids ate the hard clumps because they said the flavor was good. 4 out of 5 stars.
Can I just say, anytime a comment says kids ate the hard clumps because they said the flavor was good, it's a big red flag for me.
Yeah,
Major red flag.
It's a parenting
ain't
thing.
dinner
I think
rolls.
we need to get the IP address of this
Dinner
person.
rolls too close. All right, what else? You said what's the
mac
other
and cheese,
options?
dinner rolls, potato salad, or stuffing.
Mac and cheese, potato salad, dinner rolls, and stuffing.
Right.
And the kids ate the hard clumps. We gonna go stuffing.
Dinner rolls.
I'm sorry.
It was
answer is
dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls. They didn't know how to knead the bread.
They didn't know how to knead the bread.
Shriveled up raisin rolls.
they-
I was like, he's trying to trick me because this is too obvious.
Can I be,
man.
can I be honest?
Dinner rolls.
Can I be
It was
honest?
dinner rolls.
I kind of want to try it. Like, I like, just out of curiosity, like, how bad could it be? It's like
Tyler will send
big
you the
weird
recipe.
cracker.
The hard clumps that taste
I got
good.
the recipes. Yeah. All right. Okay, Jesse, it's your turn.
Okay.
All right. Here's the comment. "I made this over the weekend as fall is approaching. I'm embarrassed to say I have never made one before, and I wanted to start out easy. I read through the reviews first, and so many people complained about it. I didn't want to risk it, this being my first time and all, so I looked up Bobby Flay's recipe, and I used it instead. However, I did add about a teaspoon of ginger. What a hit it was. It was delicious. 5 out of 5 stars.
Wait, so this person is commenting under a Food Network recipe saying this looked hard, so I got a different recipe and it was great. 5 stars.
Well, not only that,
Okay.
they put some rogue ginger in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here's
the
your
one
choices.
addition was ginger. So was that
Lisa
for
wasn't raisin.
Yeah.
sweet potato casserole, pumpkin pie, turkey, or stuffing?
Well, I feel like the only thing is acceptable for the injection of just random ginger, I feel like, is the pumpkin pie.
That is correct, Jesse. You're on the board.
Good job.
You got it right.
That's what I thought.
Don't use the recipe that was actually on, but I will see if I can find Bobby Flay's recipe, which is apparently,
It's so
very good.
random. It's so random. I don't know
random.
about this recipe, but I'm going to comment about another experience I had. It was 5 stars.
It's pretty random for sure.
I didn't read this book, but the book I did read.
That's like going into a boutique, asking the person to style you and be like, oh, this is sweet. I'll go order it on Amazon. It's like, whatever, jerk. Why'd you waste the time going to the boutique?
Yeah.
All right, Emily, you're up.
Okay.
Emily, the comment is, I'm very happy I searched for a recipe instead of getting a box. Just add however much salt you want. 4 out of 5 stars. Is that stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, or green bean casserole?
I'm trying to think what would come in a box. I want to say gravy because that just feels kind of random. So I'll go with that.
I'm sorry. The answer is mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Just get the box
Just
and
put
add
out
salt.
how much salt you want to put in there?
You got to go with number 11 right now.
All right. This one's for you, Derek.
Oh God!
You ready? This one is, I was saving this one for last, but this was quite a find. All right, here it is. The comment is, great recipe, ... But perhaps we shouldn't taste for seasoning after, all caps. Perhaps we shouldn't taste for seasoning after we add chicken stock. But then again, I'm self-employed, so I have to buy my own health insurance. 4 out of 5 stars.
Man, what they talking about?
Makes no sense. I had to buy my own health insurance.
What is this? This is nothing. This is nothing.
Is this person applying for a job
recipe
at the Food Network?
contingent upon whether or not they have their own health insurance. Somehow that leads to 4 out of
Gosh.
that. They dinged the recipe for the fact that they don't have employer provided health insurance.
So
What's
every
that for?
comment section is just ridiculous. It's not just
not
relevant
just your
news.
Twitter.
It's not
Yeah.
just mine. It's
Yeah.
every comment
where
section
you
on
got
everything.
this.
Okay,
This
got
is
you.
Food Network. Is that for stuffing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, or the turkey?
Can you repeat this dumb comment
Yes,
one
I
more
can.
time
Yes,
so I can remember it?
Sure. Great recipe, ... But perhaps we shouldn't taste for seasoning after we add chicken stock. But then again, I'm self-employed, so I have to buy my own health insurance.
4 out of 5 stars.
And you said it's stuffing, turkey, green bean casserole, or
Stuffing,
Mashed
green bean
potatoes.
casserole, mashed potatoes, or turkey.
we're going stuffing. You put chicken stock in stuffing.
That is correct.
There you go.
Yeah.
Derek, you're on the board.
Got it.
1-1 right now.
1-1 and 0. 1-1-0.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time?
Last one. Yep.
Last one. Okay, last one, real quick. This is a change. All right, Jesse, this one's for you. Okay, this is the comment. This period was period amazing, period. I have never heard anyone comment on this until this Thanksgiving. I didn't follow the recipe, but I'm sure that would be delicious too. Saving this and offering to make Thanksgiving dinner from here on out, 5 out of 5 stars.
5 out of 5 stars. I
I
didn't
hate
follow the
humor.
recipe,
First
but I'm
off,
sure.
I'm a big
hate
fan of
humans.
whoever this is. You know, like they read the recipe on Food Network for just like a loose general idea, you know. And I'm just gonna memorize it.
They saw the idea of the food item on here and didn't just made up their own recipe, and it was awesome.
I like
Yeah.
to think that they
Right.
read this recipe, forgot about it, and then we're at the grocery store, just tried to remember it, and just like, oh, I think this involved. But then again, I don't know the status of this person's health insurance, so it's really I don't know. Did they disclose, Tyler? Did they disclose their premium or anything? Is there anything I can go
Got
off
nothing
of?
about insurance.
It's dental.
I
Do
don't
they
know if
have
it's
dental?
Allstate. I don't know what. I don't know Blue Cross
don't-
Blue Shield. I have no idea.
Eyes. Okay,
It could
all right.
be Obamacare,
Well, I don't know what
for
I'm
all
supposed to
we
do
know.
here with that limited information, but
It says, this was amazing. I have never heard anyone comment on this until this Thanksgiving. I didn't follow the recipe, but I'm sure that would be delicious too. Saving this and offering to make Thanksgiving dinner from here on out, 5 out of 5 stars. Was that gravy, turkey, pumpkin pie, or sweet potatoes?
hey, listen, if I were to wing any of those, heck yeah, pumpkin pie. Let's do it. Let's run that back.
I'm sorry, the answer was gravy.
They just winged gravy?
They winged
gravy?
it on
Maybe
in
I'm-
gravy.
People commented on
That's
it.
the
That's a
one that you
dangerous
don't
wing
wing.
right there.
Hey, can I-
That's a
can I-
dangerous wing.
Can I be completely honest with you? If you were to say name 5 ingredients of gravy, I don't know that I can name one. I have no idea what gravy is. I know
It
it's
just shows up.
I know it's
Yeah,
like a
shows up,
brown
yeah.
liquid
It's
that's salty.
It's the stuff at the bottom of the turkey pans.
Yeah.
The drippings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turkey drippings.
I think it's more than that, but
Too many cooks, too many cooks.
All right, before we wrap it up, I want to thank Jon Tyson for joining us today. You can get his new book, The Intentional Father, now. It's out now. Also, make sure to head over to the to relevantstore.com to check out our great new merch, the print edition, shirts, podcast mugs. Got a ton of stuff over there. Head over to Relevant Store, the all-new relevantstore.com. Also, make sure to head over to the site, relevantmagazine.com, to check out our latest digital issue, which features conversations with faith leaders like Erwin McManus, Jackie Hill Perry, Philip Yancey. That one was awesome. And a lot more. You don't want to miss it. And it's presented for free and ad-free by our friends at UHSM. Also, while you're there, right there on the front page of Relevant, you can sign up for our daily newsletter to keep up with all the great new content we're putting out on the site. Well, not all. It's our top 5 most popular trending articles each day delivered to your inbox. Sign up on the front page at relevantmagazine.com. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Derek Miner.
We will see you on Friday. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
It's like a police siren up in the front row. Come on, bro.
Relevant Podcast Network.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care. Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.